Wood is always alive, and the heartwood in a tree that is dead but still holds up the tree still has live characteristics, and one of those characteristics is that it loves to move water. And when water touches wood, it makes it swell and move and shrink and warp. I'm pretty passionate about helping everyone here at the company engineer things that do not blow apart, that will last for years and years. It's not necessarily difficult or expensive, but it does require thought and attention. Fetzer Architectural Woodwork has been in business since 1909. My grandfather, Casper J. Fetzer, was a draftsman for the Oregon Short Line Railroad and an immigrant.
Casper had a bunch of friends that convinced him to start a business where he would be the upfront draftsman and run the business, and they would do all the craftsmanship in the back. And that little adventure has turned into a 103-year company and 4 generations of Fetzers working in this business.
Well, since 1909, Fetzer's has been the producer of woodwork. Our hallmarks, I would say, is fine engineering and a fine visual touch with wood, and we provide high value for a reasonable price. We enjoy very much doing what we do, and we love wood.
We moved in 2005 to this new facility. It's 120,000 square feet of manufacturing and 13,000 of office space. We purchased several new pieces of equipment as we moved into this facility. Beautiful opportunity to relay out the factory.
So where when I was a boy we were doing $1 million or $2 million a year, we're doing $4 and $5 million a month now.
And now we have this beautiful state-of-the-art facility with wonderful modern equipment that really allow us to produce a top quality product.
I'm amazed when I walk out the back and see the truckloads being loaded every day, where that was truckload after a few weeks when I was a young boy.
So we have several molders. We have 3 molders here at Fetzer's, 2 rip saws. We basically rip all of our lumber, cue it up, stage it before our molders. Then those cut pieces move on to finished machining where they marry up with the panels. In-house veneering is something that really sets us apart. We start off by sorting the veneers, identifying what match needs to happen with the veneer, and it goes to a guillotine, cuts the veneer completely parallel, and those veneers are then spliced together. They're glued on edge so we can make our own veneer faces and then press those to make our panels. So one of the important parts about pressing is to have a balanced back. If you don't have a balanced back, after the product cools, the glue and the adhesion to the veneer will actually cup the panel and lift it up, kind of like a potato chip. The edge bander glue is a pelletized glue that's heated and distributed onto a roller, and that roller's applied to the panel, and then the solid gets pushed on with great big solid rollers and applies to the panel.
One of my favorite pieces of machinery in the shop is the Heisman sander. It gives us the capacity to sand a veneered panel to perfection, more or less. Truly a world-class machine, the finest sander in the world as far as I'm concerned.
We do have an interesting piece of equipment that most millworkers don't have. We have a large-sized double-end tenoner that can take panels up to 12 feet wide. So it can trim panels perfectly square, and at the same time we have a sanding station on the double end, and we also have a grooving station so we can put a bevel on a door or sand a piece of material in the same process. So in our assembly teams, we locate all of the machinery that they need right next to them. They have their own table saws, chop saws, pocket screwers, all right next to those teams. As soon as something's assembled, we have a queue area where we push that into our paint shop. We have a large natural gas drying oven, so we can spray a panel, put it on a cart. It goes around through the oven. The oven's about 120 degrees, and it helps cure the product so we can put more product through our factory faster.
One of my favorite projects was the conference center here in Salt Lake City. We had a year to collect the wood, collected some of the finest cherry from around the country, both the solids and the veneer. It was an extraordinary veneer, a 30,000 square foot single log of drapery figured cherry that was 12 foot long with 0 defects in the whole log. So it was a phenomenal project. The pre-construction services includes looking at the design, understanding the design that the architect and the designers intend, and fulfilling their wishes as best as the natural material will allow. It turns out to be very fun because the architects end up with a project that is economical, perhaps more beautiful than they thought it could possibly be.